Okay, good day everyone. So today we are going to learn about the last topic in this course, which is audit report, right? Okay, so basically through the process of audit, okay, you have the audit process will undergo from audit cleaning, okay, where you plan how to conduct the audit, and then ascertaining, record and confirm accounting system as well as the internal control. Then what the auditor have to do is test of control, where you have to test certain trends in a financial statement. Okay, certain trends, for example, you see the comparative between the current year and the previous year and see whether there is the changes, okay, huge changes or only the slightly changes between the 2 years. And then the auditor should do the substantive task, where task towards the internal controls and the tasks regarding the for example the property, plant and equipment check, do the reconfirmation, recalculation, inquiry, and etc. And then what auditor have to do is review and evaluate the audit evidence. Okay, when they already collect all the audit evidence, the sufficiency of the audit evidence, the payment voucher, let's say payment voucher, to check the creditors balance. So the auditor have to review and make evaluation. And finally, the process involves audit report. Okay, audit report where auditor have to issue the reasonable assurance and give the opinion regarding the audit that they have been conducted through the process. Okay, so based on the audit report AI 700 statutory requirement with regard to audit report, section 174 clause 2 and 3, auditor to the company are required to form opinion in his report whether company reflects true and fair view of its financial performance and position. Then accounting and other records have been properly kept by the management, and there is any defect and irregularity in the accounts or consolidated accounts, so they have to check any deficiency. And the auditor has obtained all informations and an explanation that he required all the audit evidence. And procedure and methods used by holding company or a subsidiary were appropriate to the circumstances of the consolidation. Okay, and then by section 174 subsection 8, if auditor in his duties as auditor of company is satisfied that there has been a breach of contract, maksudnya ada pelanggaran dalam kontrak tu in Act 1965 or any provision of the Act or circumstances that in his opinion has not been dealt with accordingly. So the auditor can conclude with comment in his report, okay, by bringing the matter in his report or bring to the notice of director and registrar. So basically you can read further information to the textbook page 51. Okay, and then section 165E, any exempt private company is required to include auditor statement related to the company account. Section 169 states that directors of every company to lay before the company of its annual general meeting audited financial statement that give a true and fair view of the state of affairs of the company. Okay, what does it mean by true and fair view? True and fair view means that expressed when the following conditions are met. Okay, all assets exist and are owned by the company, so they would have to check the ownerships of the, let's say, the building, the property, plant and equipment, the machinery. Okay, all liabilities are included. Results shown by income statement are truly fair and fairly stated, and all necessary disclosure has been complied with. Okay, there are three types of audit report, which are standard and qualified audit report, unqualified audit report with modified wording or emphasis of matter, and modified audit report, which is consists of qualified opinion, adverse opinion, and disclaimer opinion. Okay, so under unqualified audit report, okay, the auditor have obtained without any restriction all the information and explanation he required. So auditor can issue unqualified audit report because they already obtain all the information they need in order to deliver or issue the opinion. So the financial information has been prepared in accordance with approved accounting standard and present a true and fair view of transaction occurred during the financial year. And there is also adequate disclosure, okay, sufficient disclosure of all matter to present a true and fair view of all the financial information. Then the reporting duties under section 174 have been satisfied, and no circumstances requiring the addition of any explanatory paragraph or modification of wording of the audit. Okay, so basically the contents of standard unqualified audit report. Okay, there is title, addressee, introductory paragraph, scope paragraph, opinion paragraph, and reporting, name and signature of the auditors, address of the audit report, and the auditor's audit report date. Okay, so title the report of auditor to the members of basically the name of the client, and then addressee, where address to the shareholders of the company. Choose the shareholders of the company, so basically there is the list of the shareholders of the company, the addressee, and indicate that they are independents of the board of directors. Then introductory paragraph. So it identifies that the financial statement being audited include the data and also the period covered. It emphasizes on the responsibility of director of the company through its management to prepare the financial statement and auditor responsibility to express an opinion on the financial statement. And then scope of paragraph. It specifies the terms of reference to conduct the audit. Assume that responsibility of the work preferred in complying with accepted accounting standard as well as auditing standard. Right? And then opinion paragraph. It represents the auditor expression of opinion on the true and fair presentation of client company financial statement. So it should state that the financial statement present fairly in all material respect, indicate that the auditor only consider material misstatement, okay, in the financial statement. So the phrase "in our opinion" in the auditor report implies judgment in regard to the opinion. Okay, it does not present value absolute assurance. Maksudnya bukanlah totally all correct, tak ada mistake langsung. That the financial statement are factually accurate, but instead is for them to provide the reasonable assurance. And then name and signature of auditor should be signed by both under name of audit firm as well as the personal name of auditor or partner in charge of the audit work, and act as acknowledgement of responsibility for the audit performed and the professional opinion expressed in the report. The address of audit report, which is auditor's address, which is usually the city in which the auditor office is located. And then auditor's report date. The auditor should date the report as of the completion date of the audit. It should not be dated earlier than the date on which the financial statements are signed and approved by the management. Okay. Then unqualified with emphasis of matter. It does not affect the auditor opinion. For example, the financial statement is true and fair. It does not affect the auditor opinion. And the auditor emphasizes specific matter regarding the financial statement. Complete audit on the financial statement show true and fair view. And auditor highlight a matter which was already disclosed in the financial statement. Okay, so unqualified with emphasis of matter will highlight the matter. For example, emphasis of matter, any substantial doubt about going concern, inconsistency in the standard application, and auditor agree with the departure from the promulgate principle. All the principle that apply with the preparation of the financial statements, so auditor agree. Modified audit report. The second type of audit report is modified audit report. Modified audit report result from inherent uncertainty, where there is existence of risk that you cannot detect. The auditor cannot detect, and the limitation of the scope of the audit and disagreement with the management. Issue only when the auditor has not been able to accumulate all the evidence required by the accounting standard, accepted accounting standard, and situation whereby the financial statements are not stated in accordance with particular AAS or in compliance with certain provision of Company Act. So auditor can issue the modified audit report. Okay, inherent uncertainty. What does it mean? It is a situation which can affect the financial statement by means that their outcome cannot be objectively or reasonably determined. For example, any doubt regarding going concern of the client of company. The auditor being doubt that the company cannot continuously operate, okay, due to the operating loss or loss of key management, loss of major market, and then unresolved lawsuit. Okay, there is a lawsuit, a stupid lawsuit between the management of the company with the third parties. So it has been dragged very long time. So it considered as the unresolved lawsuit. And then doubts on the ability of the firm to sell its product because of impending changes in legislation. Okay, limitation of scope of audit. When does it happen? When auditor are unable to obtain all the information and explanation necessary for the audit. So, auditor also unable to accumulate the sufficient appropriate evidence to determine whether the financial statements are stated in accordance with due to this, all the circumstances. And then disagreement. The auditor is able to form an opinion, but this opinion differs from the view expressed by management in the financial statement due to non-compliance with Company Act, non-conformity with the standard, and disagreement with the fact and inadequate disclosure of facts. Okay, material but not pervasive, where the circumstances from the uncertainty or disagreement is material but confined to one particular aspect of the financial statement. So it does not affect the overall value of the financial statement to any particular user. It is material but not pervasive. Okay, if pervasive, which it will be severe effect to the financial statement. Okay, where the extent of uncertainty or disagreement is such that it will be pervasive to the overall view shown by the financial statement. It brings the severe effect. Okay, for example, the financial statement or could be misleading. Okay, modify audit report except for opinion. It implies the auditor is satisfied overall financial statement are correctly stated except for specific aspect of them which is material or not pervasive.